Hello class. Um, so I want to go over the checkpoints today. Most of you did well. Um, I'm not sure if you did well like the correct way or you like worked your way to get it right by kind of going around making a lot of right turns instead of learning how to do the left turn. I guess is what I'm saying. So I want to show everyone how to do the quiz. If you're struggling at this, I'd love to say it's going to get easier, but it's probably going to get harder. And especially if you're not understanding this or you're having trouble with this, it's super important that you come and see me. Come to class early, stay after class, come to office hours, email me. It's very important that you get comfortable with the Data Explorer because unfortunately the Data Explorer is what we use throughout the semester. And this is just the beginning. I know many of you might have had trouble with, math in the past. Forget about it. Math in the past is the past. This is statistics. It's very different than math. So don't let the old, those old feelings of bad time in math come back to haunt you. This is a new class. You got a new teacher. I'm here to help you, get rid of those old demons and move forward with success in the math class. I just want you to believe in yourself and remember why you're here. You're here because you want to get your degree. And to get your degree, you got to pass this class. You got to keep fighting. You can't give up. It's just you just got to want to do this. And I know it's hard. I really recommend you getting like a second screen, a little monitor to be able to watch this in so you can be doing the Data Explorer at the same time. It takes repetition. You kind of got to memorize the patterns. You got to memorize what to do first, what to do second, what to do third. It's hard. You got to kind of put it all in your brain. Often you got to have a little cheat sheet on the side, or you got to be able to look at the thing, look at a video on the side. Maybe we need to write some more notes down, give you some notes so you can go off of it. I think it becomes, after a while, sort of intuitive and easy to use, but you got to work through that initial uncomfortable phase. But it will, I guarantee this will get comfortable for you. Alright, so this was the quiz. Some of you weren't in class, so this will be kind of a new thing for you. I'll send the quiz as a separate file so you can try to do the quiz first on your own to see if you're good at it, and then we can move on from there. So this first question asks for what's the breakdown of employment status for 40 to 44-year-old women. But I'm going to wait for a second. I actually want to do two other things first. I would like to create my new variables first. So one of the things is to create a new variable by combining education into 3 levels. So we're going to do less than a bachelor's, more than a bachelor's, and bachelor's. So let's show how to do that. Here we go. We're going to go to Toolbox. We're going to go to Transform. So Toolbox, Transform, rename or combine categories. We're going to go to Educational Attainment. And we're going to say this is less than a BA. Then I'm going to Control A and copy, and I'm going to paste it over here. I'm going to Control A and paste it here, Control A and paste it there. That makes sure it's exactly the same. The key is you have to make these look exactly the same. They cannot be, one can't be a lowercase, one can't be no space, one can't be an extra space in the back. There's so many ways you can make these different. Best way is copy and paste. Now these are all more than a BA. So I'm going to do Control A, copy, then I'm going to come over here, Control A and paste, Control A and paste. And I'm going to call this Education 3 levels. Create the variable. Hopefully you can see all that. You can pause it if you want, or I'm going to create the new variable now. Notice that when I did this, there was no filters at all. You need to do that, otherwise your variable will be corrupt. And when you try to use it later, you'll get into trouble. Either you'll have a ton of nulls, or it won't even allow you to analyze with that data. So the next one was create a new variable for hours worked. So let's do that. What we're going to do, just look at it a little closer, we're going to do hours worked into 2 levels, less than 30 and 30 or more. This is kind of an easy version. I almost feel like I should change it to make it more relevant for the future, but I'll say a little bit about it. So we come in here, we're going to go to Transform, we're going to go to Bin, And we're going to take this variable here that is hours worked, and we're going to bin it into a categorical variable. Right now it's set at 20, less than 20 and more, and 20 or more. We're going to set it to 30 or more. This was sort of an easier problem because I only asked you to break it into 2 levels. In the future, you might have to break it into 3 levels or 4 levels. So you got to remember to hit this break line to create multiple levels. Just say I wanted to do like less than 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, and 40 or more. If I want to do that, I'd go 40, then I'd go 30, then I'd go 20. So this would be one way I could do it. This is less than 20, 20 to 30, but not including 30. So this is actually 20 to 29, this is 30 to 39, and this is 40 or more. But I just want 1 level, 2 levels. So I'm just going to go back here and do 30. And this is, of course, less than 30, and this is 30 or more. And I'm going to call this one is going to be hours worked 30 or more. Create my variable. Hide my toolbar. Now let's go answer the questions. So first one is employment status. I didn't need to do any of the variable creations to answer this question, but it's easier to do all of them and then apply my filters, because all the filters I think are pretty much the same. So we're going to go 40 to 44. So if you're having trouble with this, you can always click on the number and you can type in 40, and you can come over here and type in 44 and then hit X. And then create the filter data set, 40 to 44. Women, create the filter data set. Make sure you're seeing 40 to 44. And then go Toolbox, Tables, Frequency Table, and do employment status. Don't do group by because we're just looking at employment status. Hit generate. There is my employment status. Click on the I and you can see 40 to 44 and female. Next one I want to look at is education 3 levels. Go to education 3 levels, counts relative frequency, generate. It's the same I was just asking the second question was what's the breakdown of education level for 40 to 44-year-old women? So here we get that. 32, 35, 32.8. So actually in our sample, the most common, it's pretty even breakdown. A little more people have less than a BA than the other ones. Now for the last question. This one says we're looking at hours worked. Because we're looking at hours worked, we need to filter for employed 40 to 44-year-old women. So I'm going to add in employment status of employed. Now, if I try to do this right now, if I do table, frequency table, and I go for hours worked, my new variable, hours worked 30, relative frequency, it doesn't look right. I mean, you don't know that it looks right, but it's like, man, under 30, less than 30 is 35%. But look, I don't have the employed. But you're like, well, I hit employed. You can hit employed, but until it shows up in the filter data set, it hasn't happened. If you ever see this gray box here, it means you've clicked on something, but you never actually filtered it. So now I'm going to filter it. And now 40 to 44 females employed. And I'm going to recreate this table. I just made it, so I can just click this button and it'll remake it for me. There's my right number, 950. That should agree with what I have here. There was 950 employed 40 to 45-year-old women. I can hit on this I here and see 40 to 44 females and employed. I hope I didn't run too fast on this. I guess I know like I'm making a video. I don't want it to be too long, but I know I did a little fast. I think you can always rewatch it. Maybe you could slow my voice down and let me speak things more slowly for you. But the right answers for this one are all right here. This is what you should have got. All right. I'll save this as the answer key right here so you have your answers. And I wish you all a great weekend. On Tuesday, or whenever I meet you, Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, please just continue to work on Module 2. Module 2 is, I think the histograms are a little tough to do, but it's doable. Please watch the videos, try to understand it. Come ask me questions when you get here in class. We'll go over anything you're not understanding. All right, take care.